Vaughn, thank you. Recently, as we told you at the top of the show, the city of Bakersfield and Kern County were given a failing grade when it came to social distancing. But this week, the group handing out those grades said there was some improvement and now rate Bakersfield and Kern County a C+. Joining us this morning to talk about that and other ways that the city is handling this pandemic. Once again, we'd like to welcome back City Manager Christian Clegg. Christian, thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Mike.
Christian, C+, is that how you see it, or are we doing better than that in your view?
I think we are doing better than that in my view. I think this particular survey looks at one factor, which is mobility. In our community, there's a particular need for mobility from our essential services to keep providing services. But we do appreciate the nuance that they've added to these scores to show that two new factors, including social encounters, as well as non-essential visits. And both of those are significantly down in Kern County, which means we are social distancing. But it's really important that we continue to social distance, and I think we can do more.
Can you describe for me quickly the social encounters? I hadn't seen that. What is a social encounter?
Yeah, the surveyors are using mobile phone GPS data, and initially it was just tracking how much people were traveling and moving. Now they've added social encounters, which means they can look how close people are to one another and if they're within that 6 feet recommendation from the guidelines. And they're showing that over the last month, we've seen about an 80 to 90% reduction in people coming within 6 feet of one another, but are seeing people still doing a lot of movement, which changes that overall mobility score.
Christian, do you find that some of this might just be people still just trying to get used to all of this, the social distancing, the isolation and all?
I do think there's some of that, although we've seen a vast majority of folks who really are staying at home. We do know folks still need to go and get their essential goods. I think there is a small percentage that is getting used to it or frankly not following the guidelines, and we are asking those folks to please understand the importance of social distancing. It has the biggest impact of anything else, and they can make more of a difference by staying home and changing their habits.
You know, we were listening to Michelle Corson on Monday talking about just different things when it comes to the numbers on a daily basis. But she also mentioned in there that there were some 1,500 complaints that are being investigated by health department, people calling in and complaining about local businesses or whatnot. Can you give us an update as far as the city goes? Are most businesses, I mean, you can understand some of them trying to hang on, but are most of them following along these guidelines?
Most businesses really are. I think initially we had a number of businesses that didn't understand what the guidelines were, and warnings and notices. We've had nearly complete compliance. The city's issued very few citations for businesses that have failed to comply. And I think as we continue to narrow our focus, we're finding some remote or smaller businesses that still need that education. But most folks, once they know, they're following the rules.
We know that there are several federal programs that are kind of trying to put into place to help out small businesses. Is there something the city can do maybe to assist businesses once this is over and businesses are allowed to start to try and reopen for maybe some that might be struggling to do that?
Absolutely. First of all, we've created a partnership with our Chamber of Commerce and the county and Kern Economic Development Council to help guide businesses through those federal programs because they are challenging. The city also has created a deferral program for our taxes and fees that we control for both residents and businesses through the state of emergency. We won't be giving late fees to folks. But then as we come out of this, the city will come forward with an economic recovery or stimulus plan that puts some dollars available to small businesses to get back on their feet. And I think also just again, sharing some of those incentives and programs that the state and the federal government offer and help them through that.
Christian Clegg, City Manager for the City of Bakersfield, joining us live this morning. Thank you for your time and best of luck to your team.
Thank you.